Hey guys, it's Jesse and it's 1852 and I just want to talk to you guys about the different opinions between the Northerners and the Southerners about slavery because I am a Southerner and I was born in the South, born in Georgia, uh, on my father's plantation where we did have slaves and but I live in what could be considered the North. I live in a border state because I live in DC, but uh, it's not slavery is not a big deal here, and there's a lot of northern influence around here too. Now, now I want to start with talking about the Southern's point of view. The whole economy in the South is agriculture. That's their entire lives, and slaves help to produce, their means of living. Take away the slaves and have paid workers, then you'll be losing profits by having paid labor instead of free labor, which is what slaves are. And so a main reason that a lot of people want to keep slavery alive in the South is because if you take away the slavery, the Southern economy is going to crash because they're not going to have a way to sustain their farms without having to pay more money. It's not true for all plantations, but a lot of the smaller plantations it's a big deal. And then, of course, there are the people down south who do believe that African Americans are 100% below them and that they don't deserve the same rights that everyone else in the country deserves, which I don't want to get into that right now. But now you move on up north, and the opinion is vastly different. They live in a place where slavery is already abolished. There is no slavery in the north, and so they work alongside African Americans in doing different jobs and such. And African Americans, while they're not completely equal, are treated more as human beings than anyone else. And so you can see the difference. And also in the North, they just believe that the idea of having someone trapped and as your property, a human being as your property, is abhorrent and tragic. And now in I fall into the northern category. I have those beliefs. I am an abolitionist, and it goes against my father's wishes and my mother's wishes and most of my siblings as well. But I've seen what they do to slaves, as I think I said previously. They beat slaves into submission and they dehumanize them in a way that's just so heartbreaking and scary. And it's strange to believe that anyone could possibly be capable of those horrible acts. Now, I understand the views of the South and I understand the views of the North. But I think it all just comes down to one thing. How could you possibly be okay with something that takes the rights of a human being and buries them and drowns them? And not to end on a sad note, but this is Jesse signing off.